Do you feel the vibes?
Turns out the most conspicuous extras minted in signature Subaru Technica International paint is the Levorg's badging. Precisely the reason, then, that this flagship variant, resplendent in its exclusive, oh-so-STIWR blue paintwork, is quickly assessed by traditionalist onlookers as not real rather than unreal. Historically, with its long association with the WRX, the handsome premium the STI designation commanded, offered brand cash by way of bespoke engines, motorsport-approved differentials, tricky torque controllers, hardcore suspension and braking hardware, and transmission gear sets double the size found in regular X stock. The wings, paint and seats were extra garnish atop the hardcore hardware below. It's a formula largely obeyed in WRX dom to this day. The Levorg STI Sport, see what Subaru did there? Tracks a different, more diluted STI course in the wheel tracks of the warmed-over Forester TS and the WRX tuned by STI, essentially mainline version treated to lighter part spin enhancement. But, rather than a case of nothing sacred, there's certainly evidence that as performance branding expands, it can also dilute, and Subaru's famed STI isn't alone. Take Audi's approach to RS, with the RSQ3, Mercedes-Benz's wholesale makeover of AMG, and the 43-gear, BMW's M application as a prefix, M240i, say, the list goes on. In the newly revised, 4-variant MY18 range, the STI Sport builds upon the GTS version, which lifts its oily bits from regular 2.0-liter WRX. And introduces an STI-specific suspension to have its lift and sporting credentials, while also adding revised styling to the front fascia, 18-inch wheel, exhaust tips and instrumentation together with maroon leather seating and, as mentioned, the option of that STI homage paintwork. At $51,990 before on-roads, the STI Sport is $2,850 more than the Levorg GTS. It's also $1,100 pricier than a real-deal 2.5-liter boxer-powered WRX STI sedan. So, for what is, or was, ostensibly the first WRX S-Wagon of sorts in decade, it does appear the buyer cops ahead in the go faster, stop harder, corner quicker credential when choosing more family-friendly packaging. Perhaps not doing its STI credentials further legitimacy is that the overall package isn't terribly different to last year's Levorg GTS Spec B, $52,890 list, which was available in bold purette paint with black leather trim but could well have had more STI badging, including the wheel caps, than, well, the STI Sport. Is our 6th review of the Levorg in 2 years. Since we first drove it in Japan, not much has changed with its packaging and practicalities. The extra 100mm of length over the WRX affords decent 4-adult roominess and accommodation for 3 small kids in row 2, with a 489-liter boot space, expanding to 1413L, that creams the old 4th-gen Liberty wagon Subaru fans still hold dear, and which the Levorg represents, in modestly sized wagon terms, as a spiritual successor of sorts. The excellent eyesight suite of active safety features that comes on the base 1.6 version that's $16K more affordable. Meanwhile, leather trim, vision assist trickery, the excellent steering responsive headlights, high and low beams track the car's trajectory, the camera-based smart rear-view mirror display, the front-view monitor display system and essentially every bell and whistle featured in the flagship is also fitted standard to the $42,890 1.6 GT Premium. In other words, the top 3 out of 4 Levorg variants all but get the good stuff. It's perhaps all too easy to suggest that Subaru should drop the sport suffix and just load WRX STI running gear into a Levorg body shell, all while dropping the luxury pretensions and aligning equipment levels down to cloth trim with the heroic sedan with which it'd be twinned. A couple of grand more than the four-door, or $52,890, feels about right for a proper yet practical STI alternative, or $900 bucks more than the car before you.